There is a mountain that exists only in the mind. It is called Mount Stupid. It is a place where the air is thin, the view is narrow, and the ego is immense. When you stand at its peak, you feel a sense of absolute certainty. You feel that you have finally understood the world. The answers seem simple, the truth seems obvious, and anyone who disagrees with you simply isn't as awake as you are. But beneath the clouds of this mountain lies a terrifying abyss. In 1999, two psychologists, David Dunning and Justin Kruger, identified a glitch in the human operating system. They discovered that the people who know the least are the most likely to believe they are experts. They called it the unskilled and unaware paradox. But here at Luminex Mind, we ask, is this just a psychological quirk, or is it a spiritual cage? Today, we go beyond the graphs and the data. We are exploring the Dunning-Kruger effect not as a laboratory result, but as the ultimate barrier to the logos. We are dismantling the illusion of knowing to find the power of true wisdom. Welcome to the Valley of Despair. Welcome back to your own mind. Phase 1. The Biology of Hubris. To understand why we fall for our own lies, we must look at how the brain constructs reality. The human brain hates a vacuum. It hates not knowing. When there is a gap in our information, our mind doesn't leave it empty, it fills it. It hallucinates a bridge of certainty so we can keep moving. Dunning and Kruger found that the same skills required to be good at a task are exactly the same skills required to recognize that you are bad at it. This is metacognition, the ability to think about your own thinking. If you lack the competence, you literally lack the tools to see your own incompetence. You are blind to your own blindness. Imagine a painter who has only ever seen one color. He believes he is a master of art because in his world, there is nothing else to learn. He is the king of a one-inch universe. In the modern world, this has become a plague. We are fed microdoses of information through screens. We watch a 3-minute video and feel we have mastered geopolitics, virology, or ancient history. The algorithm feeds our Mount Stupid. It tells us we are right because being right keeps us engaged. But this false certainty is a biological dead end. It stops the evolution of the spirit. Because the moment you believe you have the answer, you stop asking the question. And the question is the only thing that can set you free. Phase 2. The Socratic Mirror. Long before the birth of modern psychology, there was a man in Athens who built his entire life around the destruction of Mount Stupid. Socrates. The Oracle of Delphi declared him the wisest man in Greece. Socrates was confused. He didn't feel wise, he felt ignorant. So he went to the experts, the politicians, the poets, the master craftsmen. He asked them simple questions, and he watched as their certainty crumbled into dust. He realized that they were all standing on the peak of ignorance. They knew many things, but they didn't know the limits of their own understanding. Socrates concluded, "I am the wisest man, for I alone know that I know nothing." This is the Socratic mirror. It is the realization that knowing is often a wall that hides the logos. In our video on the silent prison, we talked about the guardians of our mind. The Dunning-Kruger effect is the ultimate guardian. It uses our own pride to keep us in the dark. The logos, the underlying rational structure of the universe, is infinite. To think you have grasped it in its entirety is like trying to catch the ocean in a thimble. True wisdom is not the accumulation of facts, it is the expansion of the known unknown. The more you learn, the more the horizon of your ignorance expands. Wisdom is the courage to stand in that vastness without flinching. Phase 3. The Valley of Despair. The dark night of intellect. If you continue to learn, something painful happens. You fall off the cliff of Mount Stupid. You enter the Valley of Despair. This is the moment where you realize how much you don't know. It is a state of intellectual humility that feels like a crisis. You feel small. You feel overwhelmed. The simple answers you once held on to are gone, replaced by a complex, shifting reality that seems impossible to master. In spiritual traditions, this is often called the dark night of the soul. It is the breaking of the ego. Most people cannot handle the valley of despair. They scurry back up to the peak of ignorance. They find a new ideology, a new simple truth, and they build a new camp of certainty. They choose the comfort of a lie over the pain of growth. But for the seeker, the valley is a sacred place. It is only when the cup is empty that it can be filled. It is only when the ego admits its defeat that the observer can finally take over. In the valley, you are no longer trying to possess knowledge. You are allowing the truth to possess you. This is the slope of enlightenment. It is a slow, difficult climb. It requires patience, discipline, and the willingness to be wrong over and over again. Phase 4. Intellectual humility as sovereignty. How do we escape the trap of our own minds? We must reclaim intellectual humility as a form of sovereignty. To be humble is not to be weak. It is to be so secure in your connection to the divine that you don't need to be right to feel valuable. A sovereign mind is a mind that can hold two opposing ideas at once without panicking. It is a mind that listens more than it speaks. It is a mind that treats its own beliefs as working hypotheses, not as absolute laws. When you practice this, the Dunning-Kruger effect loses its power over you. You stop being a puppet of the malicious demon of certainty. You begin to see the world as it truly is, a shifting, breathing tapestry of the logos. Think of the great scientists and mystics, Einstein, Newton, Rumi, Eckhart. They didn't work from a place of knowing. They worked from a place of awe. Awe is the antidote to Dunning-Kruger. Awe is the recognition that the universe is far greater than your ability to describe it. When you live in awe, you are always a student. And as a student of the infinite, you are never truly lost. Phase 5. The infinite horizon. The next time you feel a surge of absolute certainty, the next time you feel the urge to judge, to dismiss, or to claim that you have the only truth, stop. Look at the hands you are holding. Look at the stars above. Remember that you are a biological machine trying to perceive a divine frequency. Don't be afraid of the valley of despair. It is the only place where the light of the logos can find you. The goal of life is not to reach the end of knowledge. The goal is to fall in love with the mystery. Thank you for exploring the architecture of the mind with us here at Luminex Mind. Sapere aude. Dare to know what you do not know. I'll see you in the silence.